Welcome back to Coriander Society Adventures. Tormented by Gnomes, your game master here, joined once again by Beatdown. We've got Ninja Man Matt, we've got Pods of War. In the first half of today's episode, our heroes interrogated the frail spirit of Ralzamon, discovering some shocking pieces of information. They've realized that the hunt for the Angel Killer is now the hunt for the Army of the Eclipse, for the leader of this esoteric society. The new leader of this esoteric society is behind the angel killings and their ritualistic violence. Our heroes have escaped. They've made their leave from the penthouse without destroying any more priceless artifacts. They have some time to rest and recover. So I'm going to give everybody a narrative rest, a long rest plus a short montage, essentially. And then it'll be up to you to decide which lead to follow. You have a few more leads ahead of you. So what we're going to do first is everybody go ahead, give yourselves all the benefits of a long rest. Recover all of your hit points and half your level in hit dice. So you guys are what, level 6 now?
Yeah.
So 3 hit dice. John.
Question, as part of my montage, I know the last time I had done this and I got very little in response because you weren't ready for it yet. I was wondering if you have prepared more for Florence Nightingale. Or if that is a rabbit hole that should not be gone down as of yet.
That's a rabbit hole, my guy. I have a plot thread. I have a plot hook there. We can do.
Is it a developed plot hook?
I'm adding that as a fourth plot hook. I'm adding that as a fourth lead, is what I'm going to say to you.
Because basically, if we're getting a long rest, John has the ability to do that prepared, and he absolutely would try to get as much information about Florence as he could.
Okay. All right. So everybody recover, and I'm going to go from the top down. So, Beatdown. What does Gastone want to do in his montage?
Can this montage include me going back to my lab?
Absolutely.
Lovely. I would like to at least start developing DNA identification technology.
Okay. Roll a science check to begin your research. 12. All right, it's a start. What materials are you going to use in this analysis? What samples do you have, and what equipment?
Okay, so what I'm actually going... Oh, that's tough. No, I want to keep my scanner. I don't want to dismantle it.
You don't have to dismantle anything. I'm just saying, like, what do you have that you can use for it? If you have to dismantle something, obviously a sacrifice will give you a boost of some kind. But I'm essentially just, saying you're starting with your basic scientific principles. You need samples to dissect and to look at. You need equipment that can actually analyze DNA. You need chemicals to, like, unravel the DNA. If you want to come back to this while you sort of put together your montage of, grabbing this and grabbing that and Tony Stark inventing time travel, if you want a little time to build those elements, we can move on to the next person and come back to you.
Yeah, please.
Okay. John,
Yo.
Tell me a little bit about your research into Florence Giotto. And to remind our audience, Florence Giotto is the daughter of crime lord Lincoln Giotto. They discovered her under Zorbius's secret lab. Her gift is that she has some sort of connection to shadow, but her flesh is continuously vaporizing into shadow. So she's being stored in this light-suffused nutrient pod to keep her corporeal.
Okay, so basically, John would take the time needed to do a couple of things with his remaining power for the day. He would use Dream in order to try to contact and connect with Florence while she's in her suspended coma animation thing. And would mostly want to ascertain how she's doing and kind of let her know that there are people who are trying to help her.
Okay, I'm only giving you one rest right now. So, do you have the spell points left to cast that spell?
Oh yeah, that's why I'm talking with this right now.
Great.
I have lots of remaining resources with which to do things like this.
Okay. Then roll an Arcana check, an Insight check, and a Persuasion check.
Alrighty. Arcana. Insight, you said?
Yes, 22 on the Arcana. 30 on the Insight.
Whoa, nice. And what was the last one?
Persuasion.
19.
Ah,
yes, glorious.
Okay. All right, I'm trying to find us some nice city ambiance. I'll see what I can come up with. All right, the dreamscape is a shadowy version of Northport itself, but mingling with the
I'm
streets
adding
of...
an 8 to the persuasion, 27.
Damn. Okay, one of your deduction dice? All right. The dreamscape, again, it's like a shadowy, twisted version of Northport, mixed in with ancient Zolkian ruins, and there's things moving through the streets. You can see the shadows cast by every single person in Northport, walking around, going about their business, but are unable to actually interact with any of them. And in the center of the city, there's just this hole that's sort of drinking in the shadows. They're being devoured in towards the middle. It's difficult to interact with Florence through all of this, but you are able to convey hope and, hey, we're coming for you. We're going to try to help you. We're going to try to find you. But with those checks at the heart of all of this, John, you get the impression that the hole in the center of the shadowy version of the city, the shadow of her dreamscape, is actually an enormous maw, the jaws of some gaping beast.
Okay. Am I able to find out more about this maw while I'm there?
Nope. But in your next montage, you can.
So secondarily, it says that as the messenger, I can shape the environment of the dream, create landscapes, objects, other images while I'm here. I can emerge from the trance at any time, ending the effect early if I would like. And the target can recall the dream perfectly once they wake up. You can messenger appear terrifying. Nope, don't want to do that. Secondary question, mate. This thing lasts for 8 hours. I know that I can choose a creature known to me. I have to be in the same existence as them. And then I make the willing creature, myself or someone else, enter a trance-like state while acting as the messenger. Am I able to take a long rest while dreaming?
No.
No. Okay, just making sure.
Because normally your mind is supposed to just be able to chill and recover, but when you're in this trance, your mind is still focused. So you're not able to take a long rest.
Sure. No problem. What I did want to ask, though, is while I'm there, since I can shape dreams and whatnot, I know that this might be an entity that either would make it difficult or prevent that. But would you allow me, when I'm here, I know this gaping maw is always surrounding, making it difficult, but once I do ascertain and find her, would I be able to kind of reshape the space to look like the mansion of Thornacre, where she probably grew up and spent her time, and be able to converse and interact with her in a place that would kind of give her some respite from this hellscape that she's constantly living in?
Roll a charisma check.
Charisma check, you say?
Charisma check. You have half proficiency because of Jack of all trades.
Yeah, let's see if that'll apply. I hope it does. I think it did.
Yeah, I think it did.
Okay.
Okay, a 10. Whatever other will is here, whether it's coming from her, like part of her subconscious, or it's some other entity, is extremely strong. You'll be able to try again, but for the time being, you've essentially raised the shadowy version of Thornacre, but it's not like it's full life and glory. It's like a twisted reflection, but you've at least raised it.
A little bit better than what it was, hopefully.
Yeah, bit by bit, you can continue to do this. Finally, roll a charisma saving throw.
Okay. Aha!
All right. Spending time in dream renders you vulnerable to the curse of the night twist. But
you would pull that horse piss, wouldn't you?
But you're you're the one who voluntarily absorbed that crap into your brain. But you make your save, so you're good to go. If you keep up on this path, you will be able to establish better and better communication to learn more about Florence and her powers, and to find ways to help her.
Yeah, I might want to get somebody else like Gastone to do this. I'll have to coach him to how to do this, but yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool.
All right. Next up, Asena. Anything you'd like to do during your montage, aside from recover half your hit dice and all your health and all of your class resources? You are on mute, and I gain 1 experience point.
No.
I've never done that before. Okay. I think you see her, like, it's literally like a training montage. Like, so much has happened. She just wants to, like, punch people, but she's not actually punching people. She's just, like, training, you know?
Okay.
Jumping around, practicing her punches. all that jazz. And,
Lifting burned out hulkage wrecks of cars in Aylburg, just, yeah!
Yeah. Probably, like, at night, a little unable to sleep because what does it all mean?
Mm-hmm.
She found the answers, but still now there's just more questions.
Okay.
Yeah. So she probably can't really sleep too much at night. Probably touching her necklace a lot. Trying to, I don't know.
What does it all mean?
Roll
Just
an
reflecting.
athletics check. 21. Cool. You are in full combat readiness. You may re-roll one initiative roll
Nice.
for
cool.
as a reward for your training.
What even mean?
That's super sick.
It means that when
Oh,
we roll
later.
for later,
You
because
have advantage
you're
when you
ready,
roll for
you're
it.
trained up, you're ready to go,
Ah!
That's super
Cool.
cool.
and roll a wisdom check.
Okay. Wisdom. Do. I'm so good at that, you know. It's really one of my strengths.
All right.
Oh, and here comes.
That's to represent the time that you spend trying, just, fiddling with the dragon's tooth, trying to figure out what it all means. It's strangely cool to the touch, like the condensation on a cold night, but nothing else happens. Yet.
Dun dun dun.
The team reconvenes. Where would you like to reconvene, folks?
Mate, real quick, before we continue with our day, you were talking about last time I had gained a corruption through the use of my demonic artifact. But you said that those on a small scale were temporary. Am I still corrupted?
I'm going to say yes while I pull up those rules and we continue the scene. And then at some random point while you guys are trying to figure out what to do, I'll be like, by the way, that's gone because I looked it up. One of those.
Cool.
One of those.
Coolio. I'm good for it.
All right. Assuming that my drives will respond. Okay, so where do you want to pick up the story? Where do our heroes reconvene?
I actually personally would very much like to go to the Donahue Institute because Gastone is very curious as to how Florence has been progressing, if at all.
Wait, I thought she was still in your laboratory.
Nope. They moved.
No, they didn't actually. You remember? Because you left to go on the rescue operation. When you get
that's right.
back to the laboratory. Remember last time it was just a squirrel? I'm sure it's nothing. I'm sure it's
Yes.
completely
It's
fine.
just a draft of wind.
And you go in to check on Florence. The pod is not as you left it.
Meaning?
On top of the pod is a single white rose.
Okay.
Does that mean anything to Gastone?
Roll a history check, or if you have a skill that has to do with criminal elements, this could be of additional use.
I'm pretty sure
No,
I know
I
this
do
is,
not.
but can I roll as well on this?
No, because you're not there. Unless
Oh,
he
I
decides you are. No. This is... I forgot to do this when he got back to his laboratory.
Okay. Oh, so we all split up. We didn't all go together.
Yeah, everybody had their montages separately, and now you're going to reconvene, is what I'm thinking.
Okay. Because I thought I went to the laboratory to do the dream with Florence.
That's
but
your prerogative.
I could technically do that from anywhere in the world. So
That's kind of what I was thinking.
okay.
Pioneer Park, midnight. A fine piece of stationery written in small, elegant handwriting with a high quality ink. A single note that you find with it.
It says what? Pioneer what?
Pioneer
Park?
Park, midnight.
Cool. Doesn't say come alone. Rolled. Okay, so there was a card and a white rose. Do I bring the rose? Oh, that's interesting. I guess I'm going to Pioneer Park.
Okay. Are you going to tell anyone else about it, or are you going to go alone?
What time is it right now?
Narrative time. It can be whatever time you want it to be. Whatever's most dramatic or whatever's most appropriate. It's not midnight, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, I was gonna say, I would.
It could be almost midnight.
Okay, I'm cool with almost midnight, and let's just say Gastone just goes alone.
Cool.
He thinks he can do everything by himself.
I'm giving you 1 point of inspiration.
Let's go.
I mean, it's fair. I kind of went into a seance alone, so.
Yeah, all 16 hit points of Gastone is going to.
Yeah, this is before you finished your long rest.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Yeah.
I mean, this is when you got back to the lab, my friend. It's almost midnight. We already said it. You got 16 hit points.
I did.
Come again for
I
big fun.
did.
Their hope is not a bad guy.
On the way, I'm gonna stim shot myself real quick. How many?
It replicates the false life spell, cast at a level 3 spell slot. So you gain 1d4 plus 14 temporary hit points.
Nice.
Wow, that's a
That's
great
a
modifier.
good. Yeah, that's a great boost.
Slash roll 1d4
Plus 14.
plus 14, so 16. Okay, that feels
That's a lot better.
much better. Big fan. Yeah. So he goes to the park.
Okay.
Wow, and you have a map already. That's crazy.
Oh yeah.
You know, I think I can actually make this a little more dramatic. No, that's wrong vibe. Wrong vibe. Completely the wrong vibe. Let's do...
Hey, Janessa, where did Asena go during her, she went back to her grotto?
Probably. I don't know. Probably just walking around town. Lost.
Ooh, I like this music.
Hello.
Pay no attention to the mysterious orb.
Yeah.
No. I'll show you.
What? I didn't see an orb.
Area.
No, I will explain to you the purpose of the mysterious orb. All right? The purpose of the mysterious orb is to make it nighttime.
Benches. Lamp post. This is a beautiful little map.
Thank you. I'll
Right?
credit the artist later if I get the... I'll pull them up and see who the artist is. There, nighttime.
I understand.
Look
Yeah.
at
All right.
the shadows.
Pioneer Park. It's where this site was originally settled. It was on the grounds of multiple... I mean, Northport essentially has been inhabited for thousands, maybe, of years. It's an indigenous settlement that just grew and grew to what you see it is today. Pioneer Park is the original place where the sailors from overseas in times of yore met with the indigenous folk, and they all established a settlement together. So it's got like some old-timey, some lodges there, and historical reenactors and all sorts of stuff. It's a historical site. But right now it's completely dead. Gastone, roll a stealth check to bypass the security guards. The underpaid security guards. 20. Excellent. All right. You hop over the wooden fence, easily dodge the bored and underpaid security guards, and make your way into the park. Coming near the heart of it, there's a lovely pool to one side, some benches nearby, and a gently stirring breeze. And it starts to rain just a little bit. What do you do?
Well, I'm just gonna look around, I suppose. Just to see if anybody is already here, nearby. Try and decide try and figure out who is even here.
Roll
Who
a
I'm meeting, rather?
perception check.
Oh, I don't like that face.
Okay. Midnight. On your clock. 30 seconds go by. 40 seconds go by. 45 seconds go by, and then, without a single sound, without the slightest gust of wind, without one raindrop being moved out of place, cold steel at your neck.
Oh, cool.
What do you do?
I say, to what do I owe the pleasure?
What's this? A ranger caught off his guard.
Mr. Tosto, I presume. The voice is melodic and sort of low, calm.
The one and only. Well, yeah, we'll go with that.
I saw that your laboratory is entertaining a new guest.
That's also how I would describe it, yeah. You seem very interested in this guest.
Potentially.
I mean, we're here to check. Is this necessary? This right here?
Is it?
No, I don't think so. Am I gonna say this? Yeah, I really doubt your name is Dre Dodson.
The steel withdraws. That's all you notice. Do you turn around?
Do I get to turn around? I'm gonna ask.
If it suits you, yes.
All right. Then I will.
It's a ninja.
Of course it is.
Is it the ninja who I think it is?
Well, that's entirely possible.
Yeah, it is.
My superiors would be most interested in speaking with your new guest, but I think there's a chance that may not be necessary.
Yeah, possible might be a better word, at least for the meantime.
You've been looking into or pursuing one Sun Jia.
It's not entirely true. She's somewhat connected to things we're looking into, but to say she's a target of pursuit is not really correct. She's just kind of involved in one way or another.
I should hope so. I am personally responsible for her safety and well-being.
Oh, that's what this is. I see. Is this like a rival family type thing? You see Florence Giotto, you start asking questions, and like, cause if this is about Lincoln Giotto, I fucking hate the guy.
I don't think it ever goes past professional concern on my part, but when it's a matter of honor, that's all that matters. No, actually. This isn't about your charge. My superior sent me with regards to your charge, but this is actually about mine.
Charge?
Yes. Sun Jia. My master's daughter.
What does she want with me?
Nothing.
Oh. Cool.
She is... I'm responsible for her protection and for her life.
Oh.
And I believe I may have already failed.
What's wrong with her?
She's not human anymore.
I'm going to... I think in this moment, Gastone face very visibly is like, oh. I think I know what you're referring to, but I have to ask, what do you mean?
I mean, the girl that I've protected since she was merely a twinkle in her father's eye is something else now. I haven't felt her heartbeat. I haven't seen her in the sun. She's faster than me. She keeps out of my eyes, and let me tell you, that should be impossible. It's not supposed to be
Yeah,
possible to keep up with a ghost.
Okay, that's bad, but also confirming a lot of suspicions we had. Okay, what are your goals here? Are you just trying to help her?
I don't know if that's possible. Do you?
See, that was going to be my next point. Are you going to be able to accept that maybe we can't, and that if what I'm thinking is right, she has to go?
I could never be involved in her destruction. It would violate my oath of honor.
Even if it's not really her anymore?
Yes. Which is why, in 2 days' time, when she entertains guests at the garden in Greenvale at precisely 8 o'clock, it will be my sworn duty to keep her safe.
What? Where and when again?
The garden,
Just
Greenvale, at precisely 8 o'clock in 2 days' time. She will be entertaining guests. And it is my sworn duty to preserve her life at all costs.
Why did you come to me?
Because I think that you and what I've seen with Florence Giotto might have the secret of doing what's necessary. And because I can't.
I understand. Okay. Yeah, I think I can do that.
She nods and steps backwards into the rain and literally vanishes.
I know this was a really cool and serious scene, but all I'm thinking about now is trying to seduce her next time.
Well, wait till you find out who she is, because she's pretty cool. Like, even when she's not doing ninja stuff, she's pretty cool.
All right, okay. Very cool.
right.
Wow, that was something.
And-
I was clenching the entire scene. Not gonna lie.
There are ninjas, and then there's the white ghost.
Yeah, when you said ghost, I was like, is that like a figure of speech? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that's her title. And you biffed the check, so you would actually... did you biff the check?
Perception?
No, the history check would have been... Roll another history check with advantage. Because this has to do with... Unless you have another skill pertaining to the criminal element.
Skill, not particularly. The closest thing is fame and notoriety, but that's myself and not others.
Yeah.
Go with history.
All right, a 15. In the war for control of Northport's underworld, there are thugs, there are killers, and then there's the White Ghost, Mr. Lowe's personal assassin. It's whispered that she can kill a man in a locked room with no windows, surrounded by guards in plain sight. In person, she's actually a much more complicated and well-rounded individual. She's not just good at killing people. She's got fantastic party manners and a very sophisticated knowledge of the latest cocktails.
Huh.
Yeah. She's not above, like, at a party, she's completely fine mingling and exchanging repartee with enemies of the Triple Union Society whenever she's not on the clock. When she's on the clock, no mercy.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay, this is giving me some ideas and stuff that at least I have 2 days to do this, because now I very much would like to go back to the Donahue Institute, because I need some stuff from them.
Okay. Now we reconvene. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. No, I'm that was more thinking aloud. No, I'm good.
All right, now we reconvene the party.
Wait. during the rest of the evening, since we're all split up, I didn't realize we were all split up. John heads back to the Essex Hotel, since we all appear to be going to our base of operation. I make sure that everyone's doing well. I believe there was some kind of payment that was dished out at one point or another before I came back here. So I split what I got and make sure that I can pay Catherine for her time, make sure that the others have, what they need. And I share the dossier that we got on Orland Strickland with Charlie and Ben for them to go over and get the most pertaining information and add it to our list of dossiers.
Okay, add that to our notes, if you will, and they're going to start processing that for you immediately.
Perfect. And then before the rest of the night is over, John is going to scry on 2 different individuals. He is going to scry on Dr. Zorbius Brandt. I get 10 minutes of whatever he's doing, let's say around 11 p.m.
Okay, did I ever
Unless he makes a save.
What kind of a save is it?
Well, it's going to start at a baseline of 19. Let me give you the modifiers.
And is it what type of save is it before you throw the modifiers? Wisdom saving throw. Okay, I'm going to roll this to see if we need the modifiers.
Copy that. No.
Unless it's a -7 modifier, it will not be necessary.
I would be getting more positives than you would be getting negatives.
All right. What just for giggles, what like paraphernalia do you have that you're going to use as your scrying focus? Because that stuff is cool.
John, my plan, by the way, since I received a very impressive and technologically advanced smartphone that can connect to the Ethernet and serves as my spellbook, I was basically going to go online and go to scryforme.net and basically go through what is basically, whenever I scry, I look through what would be the close to Google Earth, and I zoom in until I get where I want. And I
love that.
I use my phone as like a scrying tool, basically.
Okay. There's a pop-up on your phone. Local spirits want to conjure near you.
Oh, God, I hate that. I need to get rid of the adware on this thing.
All right. You scry on Zorbius, and you zoom in to the abyssal trench, and you see a massive facility perched on the side of the abyss, too far down for human bodies to travel. Can I give you a preview? I don't think I can give you a preview at this time. Because let me tell you, I had a lot of things prepared, but Dr. Zorbius, that scene was not on the list. But essentially, you see him. Do I have his voice stored around here somewhere?
How's this one? Is this one alright? No.
Alright. These fools! They've defied me for the last time! If they will overthrow my creations and destroy my work, then I shall unleash my finest monster upon them! Doom comes for you, Northport! Doom! He's building a giant attack robot.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Yeah, he's building a giant attack war robot that he's going to send to Northport.
And I'm assuming that he's in his lab?
Yes.
And is there anything of any import other than it's a big scientist lab in there?
It's deep underwater. He's refining. He's got like machinery refining the bioluminescent volcano tube worms all around to make more of the glow goo.
Is he by himself? Are there any robots? Is there a lot of staff?
Zorbots and staff nearby. Also, yes, and he has started to use his experiments to give them superpowers.
The robots or the staff members?
The staff members.
Okay.
I was gonna say, what?
He just adds bigger ray guns to the robots, but like basically he's got 3 types of minions. He's got his Zorbots, who you've battled before. He's got his lab assistants, who you've battled before, but now he's working on synthetic gifted for his elite mooks to give them superpowers. His research has come far enough along that the first wave of prototypes, probably highly unstable with all sorts of, superpower weaknesses and unstable phlebotinum, but you can expect them to be in the next fight.
Gotcha. Okay, very good. I'll warn my allies of that when the time comes. Also, between Dre and Warner Dodson, have I met either of them?
No.
Okay. But I would assume that when meeting up with the Carringtons, or at least because one of them is a mayor, I would easily have a picture or likeness of one or both of them, right?
You have likenesses of both of them.
Perfect. When we were in Thornacre, did we happen to stumble on anything that would count as a possession or garment of either of them?
No, but if you'd gone upstairs, you might have.
Cool. Good to know. All right. I am going to attempt to scry on the mayor, Warner Dodson.
Mm-hmm.
He will get a +3 to this since I have his picture or likeness, but I only have secondhand knowledge of him.
Okay.
He'll need to roll at least a 16.
Yep. Signal
It's higher
lost.
than a 16, yeah.
Well, no dice on Warner Dodson.
All right.
See what you did there.
Team ready to reconvene?
Ready.
Yes.
Okay. Where does the team reconvene?
Ooh, that is a good question.
I feel like Asena's place is right in the middle.
Yeah.
But Mercury Hospital's on this side of the world, so...
The other thing is, where are you guys going? Because I'm going to treat Donahue Academy as a fourth lead right now, in addition to the others. So let's agree on where the team wants to go, and we'll set the scene accordingly. Do you want to meet with Nancy Rain in the graveyard at night to discover about the Mercury City bombing? Do you want to return to Thornacre to storm the castle? Do you want to fight the freaks, the gang in Aelberg? Or do you want to go to the Donahue Academy?
It's tough. Wait, quickly. So, since a decent bit of time has passed, we technically like fast forwarded to midnight. What's the status on Florence being moved?
Hasn't happened yet. Or unless she said, I don't think she said it was going to happen later that day, did she? Actually, you know what? Narrative control. Do you want her to be moved?
Yeah.
Okay, she's moved.
Okay. I think that would be better, just because. I do, especially with this, because I am going to tell them immediately about the meeting I had with the White Ghost and how, hey, we should probably do this in 2 days' time, and that will probably require me to at least recover some of that bioluminescent fluid, because I'm pretty sure that's the only way we can kill angel killers, right? And I have some ideas on how to use it, so I would like to take some of that.
Are you around John when you say this, or no?
Yeah, he's sharing this information with the party.
Yeah, I'm sharing all this information.
Yeah, so the party is reconvened at the Essex Hotel or at a restaurant somewhere, and Gastone has just told you about the encounter he had at Pioneer Park.
Mate, did you want me to clarify, by the way, what John knows about how to kill the undead? Because you could... I just want to make sure that John knows this, considering all his adventures, but I'm pretty sure with the type of undead that we're dealing with, we confirmed that the lesser, not the angels, just the reanimated lesser undead are annoyed by the light, but they die under regular conventional means. They're really strong, though. What John is basically kind of dubbing the vampire undead, the angel killers, they are damaged, actually, not just annoyed by the sunlight, and they are very resistant to many things, but they can be killed as long as you do enough damage quickly enough by conventional means as well.
Nobody has evidence that they can be killed by conventional means. No angel killers have been killed.
But if John is comparing them to, let's say, vampires, then he knows that as long as you have the right kind of weapon and hit it hard enough, it'll die or re-die.
True vampires, no. Vampire spawn, maybe. Roll an Arcana check.
Thank you.
Asena proposed the vampire theory a while ago, and we're going to see, based on that information and everything that you've collected, Dr. Zorvius' notes, a 22. Okay, so...
John's also been working on this case for a while, and he's had some interactions with what's going on.
Vampires and their spawn cannot enter a residence without the invitation of the occupants, are harmed by running water. They are destroyed if a stake is driven into their heart while they are incapacitated in their resting place. You can't just field stake them. They have to be in their coffin when you stake them. And they take damage from sunlight. They have disadvantage in sunlight, and they take massive damage from sunlight.
Vampire.
So you can't just fireball them to death. Vampires will not die if you just take magical energy and discorporate their physical form.
Correct. True vampires. Vampire spawn can be destroyed, but they heal rapidly from everything except radiant damage.
However, if a vampire, though, is reduced to extremely low HP, they have to return to their coffin. They're not just invincible forever. That's the
Correct.
thing.
They have to return to their coffin.
You won't kill them forever, but if you effectively kill him, they have to return back where they're vulnerable.
Right, and that's where the stake to the heart comes in. If you beat the crap out of them, they flee to their coffin, and then you stake them, they're permanently killed.
Yeah.
Cool. But basically, I think what we got from this is angel killers aren't quite the same.
What were you going to say, Asena?
I was just gonna ask Gastone, like, so this ghost person just met with you in the middle of the night to say, kill this girl, but like don't kill the girl, but like kill the girl.
Yeah. She never really said kill her, but that's what she wants.
That's weird. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, interaction with other people is weird. I think we've already established that. Yeah. I will teach you about it someday, I promise. But for the moment, she wants us to kill her.
What if it's a trap?
It's not.
Yeah.
I mean, I want like I think we should do it. Just saying, it's kind of weird.
No, that's a fair question. I don't think it is.
You were approached by the white ghost.
Yep.
And she told you this.
Yep.
She told you to go to the gardens in Greenvale at 8 o'clock in 2 days' time. And she, in not so many words, asked you to kill Sun Jia.
Yeah, she did. And realistically, I feel like it couldn't be a trap because if she wanted to kill me, I'd have been dead in that park.
You would have.
Yeah.
And that's not discounting you at all, Gastone. You're a very
dude,
individual.
First thing that happened, sword to my throat. She could have lopped my head off, no problem. I'm cool with that. Yeah. I got that vibe from her.
Okay. Well, it sounds as though
Just keep moving. Keep moving.
Nothing happened.
Yeah, no, we're cool. I love that it's messing with the autofocus.
All right, I'm back. I'm here. I'm not a cat.
True. That we know of.
but it sounds as though Enslavina is effectively finally making a move on her charge. So you should feel, I mean, let's be honest. She's going to kill you if you go there, Gastone. This is not a trap. She is asking you to kill the charge that she's unable to. But she's not going to make it easy.
Yeah, I didn't really think so. That's kind of why I italicize need to go to the Donahue Institute, because I need some of that bioluminescent goo. Because, yeah, if we're going to kill Sun Jia, I would like to kill her extremely quickly so that we can leave.
Yeah.
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 And she didn't give you any kind of, other than the time and date and the location. There's
No.
Yeah, okay. No, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Fine.
I mean, if it was her, it probably would have been that easy, but...
So aside from getting that luminescent stuff, is there anything else that we need from the Donahue Institute?
I mean, it's only been a short time, but if they've learned, like, one shred of anything about Florence and her situation, I would love to know that too. But beyond that...
Well, we can keep looking into that. Aside from going back to the Institute, are we planning on meeting up with Miss Rain tonight, or are we going to go beat up some freaks? Or both?
Yeah, we got a hint about the whole Mercury City bombing thing. and that's made me a lot more curious and wanting to pursue it. So I like the idea of meeting with Miss Rain. Was it?
Yes, but that won't be till tonight. I'll have to contact her at the precinct and make sure that she's ready to meet us at the cemetery.
Yeah, it's one of
That's
those
fine.
encounters where you say, "Hey, tonight," as soon as you're ready for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But
Another
that
midnight cemetery meeting.
I mean, the first time was a park, but yeah.
Close
That's fine.
enough.
With me, because I just want time to work on what I want to work on as well. So between now and then, and between whenever we finish that and that party comes through, was a good enough amount of time for me.
Well, how about this? What if we head down to the Institute, get your affairs squared away, and then we make our way up to Elberg? We'll beat us up some freaks and then head back to your lab, and you can work on whatever you need to until tonight when we meet up with Nancy.
Yeah, that works.
All right. Does the team head to the Donahue Institute?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Right. 2/3 of the
feeling
team, I
nervous,
imagine.
John?
No, I'm pretty
No.
sure John just cannot go.
I think I'll
Why you think he can go?
I'll head back to the hotel, I think, for now. But I won't be far behind. And at that, John holds out his hand and into existence reforms Chester. The
It was that easy.
slightly
I thought you
disheveled.
were dead.
That was not easy. It was
Oh.
not easy, but it was doable. It just took some time to reform a corporal body for my little friend.
Flashback to John in the hotel with a brass brazier, putting in charcoal, incense, and herbs, and like reading from his phone book and chanting over it until Chester pops out of it with fur going in all directions. Wow!
And I pass Chester over to Asenna and say, "Now, please take better care of him this time, would you?"
Low blow.
Yeah, that
It's a little
hurts.
cold.
She is going to grab Chester and like hold the kitty to where like the head's back here, and she's just like holding on. And
Chester's
petting.
doing that thing.
I
just
guess
like
this
engine
is
revving.
fine. I guess you don't have to come with us since Chester's here now.
You've been replaced.
Actually, you know what? John's gonna head to Wound. He's
Okay.
gonna go get a meal. I feel like we threw Wound up in, where was it? It was over in the left side of town, right?
Yeah. It's
seems
somewhere
like a better-
around here.
Somewhere around there. Yeah, it seems like a better place to meet everybody. It's closer and kind of more on the way. So I'll go hang out there, but I'll check in as Chester periodically to make sure you're all okay.
We'll make it quick. Have a drink and a steak from me.
I will do that. Would you guys like me to wait about, I don't know, an hour and then order something for you so it's ready when you get here?
So smart, this one. Yeah.
I'll do the usuals. I'll wait, and as soon as I see you guys leaving, I'll go ahead and order for you.
Oh my gosh. You could just see us. That's right. Okay. Sounds good.
And without another word, John just takes off to Wound.
All right.
Kind of bad he can't come with us.
Yeah, we're basically going everywhere together. I kind of forget that he can't go there.
I mean, I'm there in spirit, also in a cat.
Yeah, true.
Meanwhile, over at Wound, can I get you anything, son? He's sitting there, cat warging. It's the Wound. They see stuff like this all the time. They just shake it off. He'll snap out of it. He'll come down eventually. All right. The two of you roll up, barring anything else, to the Donahue Academy. You know, the usual. Big old fountain in the middle, white butlers. Philip is not on site. Philip is probably dealing with his trauma at the moment.
Yeah.
Butler ushers you in. Opal is just overjoyed with all the folks that you've rescued and brought to the academy. They're busy fixing them up with their places and helping them settle in. It's going to be a few days before they start training because they've been captured and brainwashed and all sorts of stuff. And you have to look after the care of the student first and foremost.
That's true.
But yeah, Opal's happy to make chit chat. Haura is the one who's actually working on Florence's situation and installing everything. So, and anything for chit chat with Opal before Haura enters the room?
No, no, I don't have anything for her.
Okay. There is a small static shock at the back of your neck against the chair as Haura walks in. Hair drawn tight, clothes perfect, not a hair out of place, just, complete and total discipline at all times. And she sits across the table from you, and the hairs on your arms go up as she levels her azure gaze on the two of you. The solar containment has been a crutch. She's atrophied all these years while she's in there.
Yeah, that's why, and I'm sure you agree, it's best to get her stable enough to leave as soon as possible so that she can prevent herself from atrophying further.
As long as she continues to rely on lights, it's just going to work against the very nature of her flesh, her essence. It's a temporary solution. The suit that you described with the luminescent particles, that would definitely allow her to leave, but she would continue to atrophy the entire time. It's inimical to her nature.
Even still?
Yes. It would allow her to leave, it would allow her to move around, but it wouldn't sustain her.
Really?
It would keep her alive, but she would her own nature would still be clawing against it.
And then she's all more or less degrading. Then what would the permanent solution be? It would almost be like we'd have to remove her gift if possible.
Both of you roll insight checks, please. And John, you're remoting in, right?
Yes.
Okay, you can roll an insight check as well.
Oh.
All right. The entire time that you've known Haura, which hasn't been for very long, she is stern, no nonsense, moves like a predator. What you haven't seen is her smile. It is barely at the edges of her mouth. Her eyes narrow just slightly. Not a single tooth shows through her very well done lipstick, but it's almost just like this. Just that, the slight hint of a smile on her face is worse. It's much worse. There is a technology that would allow her to control her gift. You actually gave me the idea, Gastone. An armor
What
suit.
idea is that?
Oh, an armor containment suit is exactly what we need. The shadow has built up inertia over the years, unable to manifest to its full nature, unable to blossom within her. It's simply worked against her flesh and built up inertia after all this time. Keep her sustained on sunlight and phytoplankton, and she'll just continue to wither as she works against her own self. Take her out of that and she'll vanish into nothingness. She needs to be stabilized by energies synchronous with her own. And we do need a...
Synchron, as in more of what she is already producing?
Yes.
How?
I've encountered technology like this before. We don't need to build it. We just need to go steal it.
Oh.
That's pretty easy.
Zorbius.
Zorbius. No. No.
Oh.
Nothing like this exists on this world.
Well, then how could we get it?
She looks straight at Chester.
Yep.
I would like, and then she looks back at the two of you. If you want to save this young girl's life, then you're going to come with me. First, we're going to make a little stop back home. And then we're going to pay a visit to what's left of the Vignar. He's probably
Mate,
meant...
can you remind me? Can you remind me, please?
Later.
Okay, because I feel like I know what she's talking about.
He's probably given you little hints and pieces of the rest of the universe, but nobody else gets to drive around the damn place. Would you like to see it?
Wait, before that, this idea, this strategy, is there a cost? It sounds too easy.
Somebody else has already done all the development. An entire league of assassins, cloaked in shadow armor. Designed for just the slightest modifications. I'm sure you could work out the details.
Son of a...
The cost...
Wait, that...
The cost
makes
is
sense.
just the danger of the Enterprise.
Bless you.
Well...
That was Quirk in the other room.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know if John wants us traveling around the universe without him.
I'm sorry, is he your father?
Last time I did something that John didn't want to do, I almost died. So...
I wasn't there that time.
I mean, it's not wrong. That's, how long would we be gone?
Gastone, are you really entertaining this? She's kind of spooky.
Chester doesn't hiss, but starts growling low.
If you want to save this girl's life, I want the key. And I want them to see. Ashen Dragon.
What?
She's looking at the cat.
Yeah.
Oh.
She looks at the cat for a moment. Spires rising from the sandy surface of a dead world. Battlefields where metal titans lie entangled with the bones of dragons. That's where the answers lie. You want to save Florence Giotto, give her a real life, not just a miserable existence enshrined in the element that is anathema to her being. Let her flourish, let her come into her own powers, be the person she wants to be, not the person someone else makes her be. Then I need the key. And I'm going to take them with me.
Why do you need us to go with you to do this?
Because it's unbelievably dangerous.
And I guess you like danger.
No, but I like the results.
Mate, is there a book around here?
Mm-hmm.
Chester jumps off of a Senna, goes over to like a bookshelf and knocks a book off the shelf. And it takes some time, but Chester pushes the book, it doesn't matter what book it is, over to a Senna.
I'll go pick it up.
Do you open it?
Well, yeah.
Okay,
I'm
Chester.
like trying to...
Chester jumps up on your shoulder and, undoing a claw, just starts spelling out by clawing letters in the book. And just spells out, Haura, we need to meet.
Agreed.
Where?
Here.
Oh.
See, I told him he could have came.
John has
Yeah,
the
you
cat
did
spell
say
out.
that.
Done. And in a few moments pass. And then in the vicinity, Because you're in Opal's office, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is there a mirror in this office?
Yes.
On the far wall, the mirror begins rippling. And there is a brief flash. And John's face stares on the other side of the mirror. You can see that he's in a bathroom stall. All right, Haura, we have limited time. What's this cockamamie scheme that you want to get these two involved in?
I want the key. I want to go home. I want to finish some unfinished business there, and I want their help. Then, we're going to go pay a visit to what's left of the Vignar, find some of their technology, and bring it back.
No? Yes? Sure? Okay.
Were you just because she's smarter than I am, were you answering each of her things in order?
Yeah. No key. Yes, we will go. Sure, in regards to the Vignar, and yes, in regards to helping Florence. John appears very cool, but very tense, and he's trying to spend as little words on Haura as possible.
Mm-hmm. All right, so maybe to everything, just no on the key, right?
Yes to everything else, no to the key.
Excuse me, what kind of key?
It's a key that opens doors. Any door. Or not any door, just the doors between worlds. Sometimes they get stuck, sometimes they get broken.
And it doesn't always work, Haura, as you're aware. I'm
I've
still
been
working the kinks out of it.
Which is why I want it. I think I could make a couple of improvements on your design.
And you could absolutely help with that if you weren't being such a terror.
I'm a terror? Adorable.
You haven't told them. Yeah, you keep trying to spin me as some kind of horrible abomination, and you haven't even told them who you are.
Would I be wrong, though?
Would I be?
That's fair.
Haura, I've already apologized enough for what happened between us. You
I'm not
need to
interested,
drag
John.
the people of this world into your designs. I've made it very clear that we could take you back where you want to be. You've chosen this place, and you are warping this world to your own designs, which is exactly what I didn't want to happen. Look, I've given you the freedom that you requested. This has gone on long enough.
It's the least that you owe me, but I'm really not concerned about balancing the scales right now. I want
You're right.
to take care of my original purpose. I could use some help with that. I want them to see the multiverse, and I want to go back to Dragoon.
I don't care what you want, Haura.
Do you want to save this girl's life?
However, despite my shortcomings, you know that I always mean to help.
Why are you still talking about yourself, John? Do we have a deal or no?
If they want to go, certainly. I'm not dragging them gallivanting across the universe.
Oh, it sounds so cool. Before that, before that, I need to know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna assume, since we're universe hopping, time is gonna get really fucking weird. How long will we be gone?
Well,
relative to here.
The temporal link to Ashen is relatively stable. The temporal link to Dragoon has a little bit more flexibility. I can keep Florence alive while you take care of any sensitive business first. That's to you, by the way, Gastone. She's not just talking to John. She's going to go ahead and say, our first stop, stable. The second stop, less so. There's complications.
If you say you can keep Florence alive, then we do this in 2 days' time.
That's a hard sell, friend.
Hard, but not impossible, right?
You're not wrong.
why don't you work this out amongst yourselves, and then we'll talk.
Okay.
As the connection that John has formed is about to end, be careful, the two of you. Until we reconvene, don't trust anything this monster tells you. And the connection drops as the mirror returns to normal.
Thank you, everybody, for watching Coriander Society Adventures. We'll return in 1 week. Have a fantastic evening.